Amazing. I think this is a good point. It's a good point to ask you our question. We have a question from a guest, and let me fetch that quickly. Okay. When I saw this question, I started laughing because it was quite funny. I'm so sorry. It was so funny. Okay. This person's name, I don't know if I'm meant to call the name. Why did the person write their name? Well, I wrote it out, so let's just say K. This person's name is K. And this segment is called Help, I'm Stuck. So it's a segment where we give you a question and you help sort out this person's problem. K says, I started doing Yahoo when I was 16.
Oops.
It was not planned. I just got into it because my older brother, 30s, was doing it. And I thought I could too. I'm 24 now, and I've made at least 10,000 USD in the last 8+ years. Here's the problem. I know I cannot keep doing Yahoo. I finally graduated uni with a 2-2 this year, and I'm enrolled for NYSC, and my PPA is paying me 40,000 naira. I want to stop Yahoo, but come on, 40,000 naira. Yeah, that's this person's dilemma, I
Dilemma.
guess.
Well, first of all, like I would say, they are in deep trouble. And that is the problem. So they have to go through some rehabilitation and they have to be intentional about it. Because what has happened is they're used to spending money that they didn't work for. And that in itself is a shift. Like when I sit down and I think about it now, there are certain things I would not do with money, even if I have the money to do it. I won't do it. So he needs to go through a rehabilitating process that changes that. Some of the things that I would advise this individual to do is, he needs to cut off that environment he's in.
Should cut off his brother.
Sometimes, yes.
Wow.
Sometimes, yes, especially if he wants to go on the straight and narrow. You can't expect to be doing the same thing and get a different result. So
true.
he needs to go away from that environment that he's in. He will need change of friends. He will need a change because remember he's going to have to change his mentality. Now, you can see the way he said 40K and there was a disdain in 40K.
I get it. I'm not going to lie. I really do get it.
Guess what?
40K is like, 40K is not even $40.
But for me, it's very, very big money. Give me 40K today and see the way I would be excited about it.
Of course.
Yeah, because I know how hard it is to work for money and for you to get the money. So I value every single amount, regardless of how small it is. And so he would need to then now, like I said, this individual needs to go through rehabilitation. And that rehabilitation will require him, staying away from where he is right now, understanding the value for hard work. So a lot of these things are more value system based because once they are able to change the value systems, it's the value systems that got him into Yahoo in the first place.
Yeah.
So once they're able to change the value system, now it's easy said this way, where it's a very long and hard process because, they will see things that they want and they know how to get it through illicit means, but he will need to be able to do what? Look away. Now, the only thing that I can tell the person is that, it gets a lot easier once you, put in the hard work, you put in the time, the diligence and that energy to build something and for you to be able to add value wherever you're working, all those things. But you cannot cheat that time factor.
Sure.
You can't cheat that time factor. Now, the way people cheat it is to going through illicit means.
Yeah.
So they cheat it by, subtracting the quality, subtracting the time and, jumping that hook to get like illegal. And that's the reason why the money is illegal. But if it is something you have to work and make that money, for him to be able to get, he needs to put in a ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah.
He needs to get a very, very high paying skill for him to be able to
Yeah,
makes
you
up money.
actually do have to skill up because like I'm not going to be like Babajide and say, oh yeah, 40K. 40K is not nice, guy. You have to skill up. And NYC is a very good point to start, to be very honest. It's a very good place to start. So
I started my career through NYSC.
oh, really? See? So you're at a very good place to start and to make things right. So it's really going to be a thing of doing an overhaul of your mentality at the moment because money is really not easy to come by and it takes skill, right? So anything you're doing now, think about building a skill that is high paying. This 10K that took you 8+ years, this 10K you calculated, I made 10K over 8 years. That is, first of all, you're not even a good Yahoo boy because why are you making because why are you making that small money after 8 years? You're not even good at it, if I'm being quite frank with you. But fine, you are not good at the crime. Good. So let's move on now. When you make when you build a skill and they employ you, this is money that you can make in a year, in 2 months, in a month, right? It's very possible. You just have to have the right tools, the right skills, and you'll be fine, I guess.
And the right mentality.
But you are so bad at Yahoo. I have to say that because really, 10,000, 8 years. I'm not even serious.
So think of if you had put that 8 years into learning a proper skill.
Do you understand?
Too as well. Because like in itself, it's not even really as profitable as many people try to make it.
It's tight. The market is tough. The way everywhere is tough. Yeah. Okay, guys. So we've come to the end of today's episode. And I'm definitely sure that this is going to help you to build, to scale, and to just have a rethink. If you're in the process of building something that is niche, or if you're in the process of building something that even already exists and you're just trying to make a new brand, these tips will definitely be helpful for you, to help you grow, to help you think. Thinking is a very big part of starting a business and sustaining growth. Think, grow, and just apply, right? Babajide has so much experience, and I will see. If you see how I found him, I found him in not just Twitter, I found him in a very interesting way. So it was on a panel in a program that I went to, and I sat and I listened to the panel, and you know that dramatic thing Nigerians do where they stand up to clap. I used to judge them for it, but I stood up to clap after the panel. It was that good. So I promise you're not going to be making a mistake by embracing everything that he has said on today's episode. As usual, I remain your host. My name is Favor, and Babajide has been an amazing, fantastic guest. Thank you so much for coming on the pod. We love you so much for coming on this pod. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So the Cafe One studio is available to rent. If you want to film a podcast, if you want to film a recording, you can come in. We're in Unilag and we're also in VI. So like, watch, subscribe, share this podcast, and also rent the podcast studio. See you in our next one. Bye.